Well, as you know, the draft is coming up. Today's Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. That means tomorrow, April 25th, is draft day for the NFL. Yours truly, is going to the Viking draft party at U.S. Bank Stadium tomorrow with my in-law and his brothers. Should be fun. So, for months now, we've been talking about people have been talking about mock drafts. What are the Vikings going to do? I'm only going to worry about the Vikings right now. What are the Vikings going to do? We have a lot of needs. We need a quarterback. Kirk Cousins signed with the Falcons for $45 million, et cetera, et cetera. We made trades to get the 11th pick and the 23rd pick. What are we going to do with those? Are we going to draft at the 11th and then the 23rd? Or are we going to package them together and trade up? Because this is the list of the top quarterbacks, and you all know this by now, but I got to say it for the sake of information, I guess. Caleb Williams, he's the top choice, USC. Then you got, in no particular order, you got J.J. McCarthy, Drake Maye, Jayden Daniels, Bo Nix, Michael Penix. So those are the quarterback choices, from Michigan, North Carolina, LSU, Oregon, Washington, and then Williams is from USC. The Vikings also have a need on defense because they're kind of trying to reshape the defense. We lost some players, we signed some players, but we need kind of interior defensive linemen and some cornerbacks. So I'm mostly going to focus right now, next minute or two, couple minutes, on what I think is going to happen in terms of the quarterback situation and or the defensive line. So one kind of wild card situation. The NFL is investigating the Falcons for tampering with Kirk Cousins before the legal period began. And it's very possible they could come and hand down a penalty. And one thing being floated is maybe the NFL swaps the Vikings' 11th pick for the Falcons' 8th pick. So we'd have the 8th and 23rd pick in the first round instead of the 11th and 23. That will certainly change dynamics. The big question is, are the Vikings, like I said, are they going to draft 11 and 23 or trade up? So what I think we're trading up. We have a huge need at quarterback. We got Sam Darnold as a bridge guy, but they want the quarterback of the future. So I think we're going to trade 11 and 23, package them up, try to get in that in the first 5 round or first 5 selections, first 5 picks, if you will. And it really depends on who picks and what and who we're trading with. So trade partners include Arizona, Los Angeles Chargers, Patriots. There's also that conspiracy theory that maybe the Chargers trade Justin Herbert for Justin Jefferson straight up, and then they take J.J. McCarthy because of that strong connection with Jim Harbaugh. They just, McCarthy and Harbaugh just won a college championship last year. So do they do that? And then, these rumors about we're going to trade Justin Jefferson, try to get a lot of value because he's going to cost a lot. We are projected to have like $100 million in cap space next year. We unloaded Kirk Cousins' massive salary and didn't sign him to that big one. We got money to pay Justin. I don't think he's going anywhere. Why would you want to get rid of your perhaps best player? Why would you do that? Crazy. I know you say, well, he could get all this value, but crazy. And that's all I'm going to say. Crazy. All right, so the 2 quarterbacks, if we package them together and make a trade, get up in the top 5, the 2 quarterbacks that come to mind that everybody's talking about is Drake Maye and, there's Jayden Daniels. But I think after Caleb Williams, I think Jayden Daniels is going to go quick. I don't think we have a big shot at getting him. So I think it's down to either Drake Maye or J.J. McCarthy. Now, the thing about Drake Maye is our new quarterbacks coach, Josh McGowan. If you remember, he burned us when Mike Tice was the Viking coach. We needed to win against the lowly Arizona Cardinals in the last game of the year, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, and he launched a pass with seconds to go to the receiver and scored, and that was the end of our chances getting into the playoffs. Yeah, it's that Josh McGowan. Anyways, so now the Vikings could choose Drake Maye, and the pro for him is he's very versatile. He's got a great college resume. He has a strong connection to Josh McGowan. I believe he was his high school coached maybe a little bit in college. He's got a strong connection to Drake Maye. I think that's the biggest reason the Vikings take him, because they've got a guy that's worked with him before. The con to Drake Maye is people are saying, when he's under pressure, he isn't as mobile, can slide out of trouble and make a play on the run. He isn't as accurate. Well, not making a play on the run under pressure was one of the things that people have said about Kirk Cousins. He's a pocket passer. He's not a scrambler, slide-out guy, think on his feet, whatever you want to call it. So I think they're looking for a guy that can win with his feet, not necessarily run all the time, but just slide away from danger, kind of like Aaron Rodgers. Slides out of danger, looks for that opening, boom, and then burns you. J.J. McCarthy, they're saying he's got those traits. When he's under pressure, he can slide out of danger. He's really good at operating on the fly and seeing the guy and making an accurate pass. So I'm going to say this for my own prediction. I say we trade the 11th and 23 pick to somebody, and the Patriots sound like they're perhaps possibly a very willing player. I say we end up with J.J. McCarthy, and I would love to have J.J. McCarthy just for the reasons I just mentioned. Okay, defensive tackle. We have a need at cornerback. I won't get into that. But in terms of defensive tackle, the three guys everybody's talking about, Byron Murphy, the second of Texas, he's 6 feet, 297. He's like on everybody's radar. There's Tavondre Sweat of Texas. He's a big boy, 6'4", 365. Don't mess with him. Don't mess with Texas. The big knock against him, why everybody thinks he's going to drop in the draft, because he got that darn DUI. So the lesson is don't drink and drive. It just leads to many bad things. And then there's DeWayne Carter of Duke, who's 6'2", 302. And then kind of an outlier is Evan Anderson of Florida Atlantic, and he's a big boy, 6'1", 356. However, for the combine, he slimmed down to 319 type of thing. And that's still a big boy in my book. So I'm thinking, now if we don't trade up, package the 11th and 23 pick and trade up and take a J.J. McCarthy or Drake Maye, and we decide to keep our 11th and 23 pick. Well, the 11th pick, everyone's saying either Bo Nix or Michael Penix. Now, Michael Penix is a lefty. Isn't that going to throw defenses for a loop every now and then? Maybe. For some reason, I just like Bo Nix. I've heard great things about Bo Nix of Oregon. So I say if we trade up, we get J.J. McCarthy. If we don't trade up, let's go with Bo Nix.